Now, on paper, that sounds like a lot of fun, but let me tell you something. I don't know if you guys ever saw the Joe Rogan podcast when he had Tom Segura on, and Tom was talking about the trip I took with him. That I took him on the plane, and I made him eat a gummy, and he had anxiety, and then when the plane landed, and Joe Rogan said something very intelligent. He goes, listen, man, some people would look at that and say there might be a problem there. I'll never forget those words. And in my world, what I was doing was there was no problem. I was just living my fucking life. That's how I do it, you know. There's no fucking part-timing in my life. If you're going to do it, listen, what I got sick of, and I wanted to prove something against, was that I was dealing with all these fucking LA comics that all of a sudden, they were big stoners, and they weren't. They fucking weren't at all. They just jumped on a bandwagon to get you people to buy into it, and you people bought into it. And I was fucking disgusted. I'm like, dog, I've been smoking since the fucking womb. And you guys are fucking selling, huh? Well, look at me, dude. Get the fuck out of here. So I wanted to bust that shit open, and I did. These motherfuckers were all fakes, and you saw it. We were blowing them out of the water by miles, these fucking guys. I was getting challenged from all over the world. Do bong hits for 10,000. Guys, come on, what are we, 10? What do I got, a fucking yarmulke with a propeller on my fucking head? I'm not doing that shit. Are you fucking crazy? So, then something happened. I was eating Cuban food with my wife one day at El Cochinito in Silver Lake. And out of nowhere, my phone rings. And it's the manager. And as a matter of fact, it was my agent. He goes, hey man, the manager's gonna call you in a few minutes. He's got something for you. He got a Netflix offer for you. And deep down inside, I was fucking happy. And all of a sudden he called me. He goes, man, congratulations. I got you this fucking show. It's a half hour. And I'm like, I just finished my meal. I thanked him. I said, we'll talk on Monday. It was like a Friday night or a Saturday night. I fucking ate my meal. And that Monday, I called him and I was like, a half hour? What the fuck? He's like, listen, this is the start. Do the half hour. You're going to get great numbers. Then they'll come back at you for an hour, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, that sounds great. I'm working it backwards, but you know what? I'm that type of comic. I'm not in the circle of the comics who are comics. Yeah, I wasn't in their circle. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. There's comics that just sit at home and Netflix calls them. They don't even go out every night to do comedy. Yeah, and Netflix calls them. And again, I'm not talking out of jealousy here or nothing. I'm talking to you about facts so you know where the fuck I'm coming from. So I get this Netflix special. And while I'm preparing for the Netflix special, they're driving me crazy. The agent and the manager are driving me crazy. I'm getting 10 calls a day of stupidity. Just stupidity. And the whole time I'm like, I can't believe I signed with this guy. I'm paying him 15%. And he didn't get me what I wanted. And on top of that, besides the script, everything he's presenting to me is not what I want to do. You know, he would be at all, you know, when you get a special, Netflix will come see you every once in a while. And they'll let you know, we're coming to see you tonight to see your material. Well, they came to see me a total of 4 times in 5 fucking months or something. In 3 months. I don't know what the preparation was. Never. We love it. Thank you. That was great. You know, and I was just trying different things out. I was trying to push the envelope in front of them to say, for them to say, listen, you can't use that, reword that, and that's fine. These motherfuckers, I get to that night of the shoot in Vegas. Theo's there, a bunch of guys are there. We're having a great time. And all of a sudden I got a knock on my trailer at 6 o'clock that Netflix wants to see me to go over my material. And right then and there, they just fucking dump on me what they didn't want. Dog, I got a show in an hour. You're going to hit me with this shit now? I have a notebook, but it doesn't have my whole repertoire. It has what I'm working on now. It doesn't have what, you know, sometimes when it's late, you can move shit. And I went to my manager, and I went to the agent. I go, what the fuck is going on? And these guys were like, it is what it is. They made Tom do it. No, you don't understand that. Not right before. And on top of that, not never. You guys got to have my fucking back. And you know what, man? I'm a big enough dude from the training I did when I used to be really upset, when I used to drop my daughter off, and then I want to force myself to do comedy. That training came back. Because as much as I didn't want to do that fucking half-hour special, I was like, you know what, Joey? Clear your head. Go in there and tackle this shit. Okay. I walk in. Now, you know, Vegas has 80 fucking facilities, stages that are gorgeous, all sizes. These fucking knuckleheads pick a pool hall, okay? A fucking pool hall. That, yeah, come on, you ever do stand-up at a pool hall? You hear balls hitting, even if they shut it off, I'm lying to you guys. But it's a big room. No, we used to do comedy at Hollywood Billiards. Me, Rogan, Josh Wolf. For years, they pay you $50. You're in there cracking jokes and people are yelling, they're hitting the 8-ball. You know, you're like, okay, I got to crack a joke over this shit. So, you know, I'm in there, I'm fucking watching Mommy, you know, Tom Segura's wife. Christina, she's on stage 10 minutes, and all of a sudden the vault falls down. Like you came out of a vault. When they announced your name, there was like some little fucking Puerto Rican dude with a string, and they opened the vault, and fire would come out, and you would come out. When they opened the vault, the whole vault fell down. They had to stop the show, you know, and I'm like, what'd I just fucking say? Why are we doing comedy in a fucking pool hall? And again, guys, this is my fault, because I was caught up so much by the thought of shooting a special that I didn't take a look at the little details. That was my bad. But my manager and agent did nothing. No warning, no protection. And let's be honest with you, I went up there and ate a bag of dick to what I wanted to do, to what I was used to doing. And I went up to the second show, and I did a little better, but it wasn't much. And that's when I went to my room that night. I had a good time. I was happy my friends went. I had a great time with Lee. Everybody was there. But I was angry that night. I was like, this ain't what I signed up for. You know, I remember being behind the Comedy Store, the stairs, and we would sit there when we had nothing, when we would just become regulars. Me, Ari, you know, Steve Renazizi, Bobby Lee, and we talk about our dreams and how we couldn't wait to be with a big agency and a great manager, and this shit that we're going through isn't happening anymore. Well, guess what? It happens now that you have a manager and an agent and all the pieces. You got to work double to fucking get that shit. And at the same time, this manager and this agent aren't listening to me. You know, I'll never forget I did a show and I go, listen, I'm taking some time off. You know, I'm doing this, I'm going to do that. And they were like, yeah. And with the same breath, the manager looked at me and goes, you know what I think we should do? We should get a camera for the road and put it in front of your face with a screen so people could see your face. And I'm like, that's not stand-up. That's an arena. That's not what I want to do.